Okay, guys, we'll start with Samuel.
Hi, Ruben. Commiserations. You said in your interview with the BBC that you need to work on some things for the next game. What was it that you saw today that you weren't happy with?
If you look at the goals, we can avoid that kind of goals. With Oku, we have almost everyone behind the ball, and we could be more aggressive. The second goal, in the moment of the game that we are pressing City, we suffer a goal in the throw-in when we want to recover the ball instead of covering the space and then to win the ball. We let two players of City 1 against 1. The approach that we had in that play we can avoid and we can close our goal. And then the third goal, Haaland has all the space, a confusion with our players, and then he has all the space to play. So in these moments, I felt that if you look at the goals, there are that moments we could avoid, and that is the key of the games, is to take advantage of these moments, and they took it, and not in us, in transitions. Great shot from Ryan. In those moments, they were better than us.
Ruben, I mean, it's eight Premier League wins since you've been here. At some stage, are you going to have to accept that the way you set up your team is just not working? It's not creating enough wins, and people are finding it easy to play against you.
Find it easy to play against, guys. You have I understand that, and I accept. So it's not a record that you should have in Manchester United. There are a lot of things that you have no idea what happened during these months, but I accept that. But I'm not going to change. When I want to change my philosophy, I will change. If not, you have to change the man. So and we'll talk about that every game that we lose. I don't believe in that in the system or whatever. So I play my way, and I'm going to play my will until I want to change.
Okay, David. Oh, we can hear you. Go on.
Can you understand why sort of fans can't see that after a result?
No, I understand everything.
Losing faith in your ability to kind of turn the situation
That is normal.
around.
That is normal. With the results, again, I accept that. I don't see that way. I see that we are doing better, but then the results doesn't show that. Again, I remember last year we play in the former club. We play against City. We won 4-1. It was not near the opportunities, the way we control the game compared today. But in certain moments we were not better than City. So I understand that, and it's hard, and the record says everything. So I understand.
But what is your message to those fans who are losing?
My message is that I'm going to give everything. I will do everything, always thinking about what is best for the club. That was always the same message. And then it's not my decision, the rest. So until I'm here, I will do my best I really want to win games, so I'm suffering more than them.
Okay, last question, James.
Bruno, I know you're searching for solutions in the right pairing in that sort of number 6 position, those two deeper midfielders, but you're playing obviously Bruno there. He's been far and away United's best and most consistent player for a very, very long time. Your best player, and you've now taken your best player out of his best position, and he looks compromised. Is that not just adding to the conundrum and the difficulties and overcomplicating the situation?
Guys, I understand how football it is, and the results will dictate all the narratives. Against Arsenal, who is playing against Arsenal? You think we play well? We think we were the better team? You think Odegaard, Rice, and I think Zubimendi are 3 top midfielders? We play with 3. We play with 2. One was Casemiro, the other was Bruno. Sometimes it's the dynamic of the team. Sometimes it's an opportunity that you score. I see it that way. I know that is really hard for people. And the fans, don't want to hear me saying these things, and I know that they are not going to listen nothing and going to be upset. With that, I cannot do nothing. I'm trying to be rational, and I don't lie to myself. So I see the record, I understand the frustration of everybody, and I understand any decision that came with that. But that conversation about the two midfielders, the pair, Kobe and Mino, I understand all these narratives. But then when I look certain games, we play with two. It's the same thing. But today, where is? Well, but today, when we imagine the game, why not use Ahmad? Why don't you use Ahmad, Brian, Seshko, and Bruno behind with the ball? To be the first guy receiving the ball and then with a lot of pace in front. So I'm trying to do different things, trying to imagine the game, and then when you don't win, doesn't work, you take the critics. But that's it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We'll take a show of hands for questions, please. Somewhere to start? Somewhere to start, please, guys. Rob?
I know it's been a bit of an up and down start to the season so far, but is that the kind of result that can really act as like a launch pad for the rest of the campaign, do you feel?
I would love to, but it just, I would say one game last season we started 4 victories in a row in the Premier League, and after look what happened in October, November, December, that we struggled a lot, so we have to improve, but that's true that winning games, especially in the derby, and see the faces of our fans, the joy, the happiness after the game always is better, but just, one game and try to be close for the teams that are top of the league. But it's important, after 2 defeats at home against United, perform not there, but the body language was unbelievable, and the spirit in the other one was really good.
Hi, Pep. Erling said the other day it's not been good enough, the 2 back-to-back defeats. Everyone had to be at their best today. It must make you proud as a manager when a player can back up his words with actions.
Of course, but Erling never disappointed us since arrived already 3-4 years ago. So Erling have been the commitment. That's why he extend a contract for many, many years. So he's a special player, and they have many of them. So, but we cannot forget. So in December, for many reasons, many especially injuries and players. And this summer we bring 8-9 players. Plus Oscar should be a new player, and he didn't play 1 minute last season for the injury all season. And Rodri was injured, so we have to. Like 9 or 10 players, the core, the spine of the team, like define that club or this team for many years, starting from Eddie and finish for all the names that we had left. So we need some time, that. And then you want her to be guided for the core, the spine of the still players that we have here, and they have pride and they have incredible leadership and all the success they had. It was because the players were unbelievable, and we want to continue. So I had the feeling they don't want to leave. In the Premier League, Champions League, I was even poor the Champions League last season than the Premier League. I had the feeling in this league when you arrive in the final FA Cup, we played really good against Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, could not win, but especially finish third in the Premier League, it's not bad because I know how difficult it is. So, but we want to do better, and the club is commitment for that, and it's just a game. So we know how difficult will be the season, but with a good spirit, everything can be easier.
Jordan?
Hi, Pep. You've been using Rico and Nunez as your right back for the last while. Obviously went Kusanov today, who did well. Could that be a permanent solution now for the rest of the season?
We have in the next 11 months play every 3 days. If you believe that Kusanov is going to play all the games, there is no human being can do that. So we need the players back, and but I know for his physicality, he is so young, he has to learn, but he's so fast, and he closed that side really, really, really well. It's a play like he's clean, it's not, don't lose too much balls, you have to learn. Sometimes his energy make him to take not the right decisions, but we talk a lot since he arrived, but it's question of time. But you know, Dorgo is so fast and the players can play there. He has an incredible speed and always been concentrated, and today he played really, really good.
Hi Pep, how pleased were you with the performance of Phil Foden, and how fitting was it that the only player from Manchester to start the derby scored on the day that we lost Ricky Hatton?
Yeah, we miss him so much last season. We need him so much. When he moved behind the strikers in that position, have a sense of goal, sense of turn, instead of the quality to keep the ball. There are players that make... I like the players when they play behind the striker. Most of them pass the ball and stay and look how good I make the pass. He's a guy who make a pass and go to penalty spot like an animal, have the score, and when he receives the ball he's angry because give me the ball, I want you to score. And we cannot forget 2 seasons ago when we won the last game against West Ham here, was the most important player of the Premier League, and he was maybe the key player to win that league with the goals, with the continuity. Last season, for never reason, for injuries, for other reasons, could not be with us. This season neither, for knocks and injuries, and hopefully step by step he can get his best, and I'm pretty sure the game like today against United, because he feels a special game for him because he's an incredible Manchester City supporter. He can be what he's able to do. His joy and happiness in his face when we see him every day lately. Now we are sure that he's going to, to have the best feel.
Hi Pep, you looked fairly emotional during the tribute to Ricky Hatton before the match. Obviously you've got to know him during your time in Manchester. Was that kind of why you were feeling that emotion? And did you speak about it as a squad today? Because obviously a lot of the players here would have got to know him.
No, I didn't speak about that. I've been 10 years here. I've been a lot of minutes of silence. I don't remember one so intense like today. I want to say thank you so much for Man United fans, because they behave and they applaud. I know it was a world champion in boxing, and it was a special moment. Of course, there's no words can contain the pain that the family can feel right now for this loss. But of course, we are close. I know how incredible Manchester City fan. He could live, the bad moments and the good moments in the last 10, 15 years, and he can enjoy it. And I know for the fans how much was close. And the minute of silence was unbelievable. It was an experience that I will remember, because they felt, and every applause or every person in the stadium, the gratitude for what they have done professionally, and of course being a massive City fan. We are so sad and feel so sorry for the family, of course.
Hi, Pep. Emmanuel Beaujean for France Football. What did you think of the first game of Gianluigi Donnarumma, especially his save at the 61st minute against Mbeumo? He could bring confidence to the team.
Très bien. C'est good. C'est joli. He played really good. In the corners, I know it's dangerous, and especially in the save, and everyone remember Mbeumo. And I like the save, and after the reaction from Josko, from Ruben, from Rodri going there, and every player want to be loved. But all of us, we want to be loved. And when a team share the good emotions together in the good moments and bad moments, that start to be a good team. And that is what they have to create. Create that everybody is allowed to do bad actions. His mates will be there supporting, and the good ones be grateful for the good action they have done. And when that's happened, it's the only step I knew. As the tactics come later. But we know we bought a player with incredible experience in Italy, with the national team with Italy, that his performance between England or the tournament was massive, and last season with PSG for many years, but especially last season. And he was sorry. He was happy in Paris, he told me that, but the moment was in the market, was happy to come to Premier League, to enjoy this new adventure of his life. At the end, he's 26, and we are really pleased that wanted to come with us. And after the situation, it was possible, and we're happy to have him.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.